ghostly possession from Luanne, but I never thought I'd see it for myself. Who are you? Chimera asked the Luanne entity. I am the rainbow and the light, the voice told her. My name is Iris. Iris! Murda and Galatea both exclaimed. Who's Iris? Chimera wondered. Iris was the mentor of the Fellowship of Light that existed literally when time began, Murda explained. I was one of her group until my vanity led me to serve evil. Murda is correct, Iris Luanne confirmed. She was one of my group. So what's up, Iris? Galatea asked. Last time we saw you, you helped us seal away Night Shroud. Where have you been all these years? Roxy wondered, preparing for his return. Iris responded hesitantly. He's coming back! Murda realized with eyes wide. Who? Chimera wondered. Night Shroud. Roxy replied, in this land, he's the embodiment of evil, while Iris is the embodiment of good. My powers have been waning since after the final battle with him 4 years ago, Iris explained. But my essence has taken refuge here, in the temple of the Dragon Warriors. Roxy looked around and echoed, The Dragon Warriors? Yes, Iris Luanne replied. When Galatea read the engraving written on the charm that Chimera now wears, it opened a gateway into a spatial limbo. This place, the Temple of the Dragon Warriors, is only one of many landmarks that exists to preserve the balance of good and evil. Apparently, the spirits of the sleeping dragons that guard this temple alongside me detected the presence of a great evil. Chimera's necklace, the Dragon Shadow Cross, was the key to opening of the gateway to the temple, a beacon of hope and light. Upon hearing shadow and light, Roxy remembered Murda's prediction during her Vision Quest ritual. The shadow will find a new light. On this note, she murmured, just like Murda said. What's going on here? Chimera wondered. Before you appeared, Murda had a vision of the future, and it involved a shadow finding a new light, Galatea explained. And I think her second sign has come to pass as well. The dragons will choose new partners, Elise quoted. I hate to ask this, but something tells me there is a third part to this vision, Chimera began uneasily. So I'll ask anyway. What was the third part of Murda's vision? Galatea hesitated before responding with, if 7 become 1, all will be undone. Upon hearing such words, Iris Luanne lowered her gaze, which made Roxy say, You know what that means, don't you, Iris? Iris Luanne sighed. I am afraid so, she replied. Before Heatheria Fellowship, the leader of my fellowship, helped the Elders of Light banish Night Shroud to the abyss of darkness. My nemesis revealed that he had separated his essence and infused an equal portion of it into 7 magical artifacts. These charms of Armageddon, as he called them, were meant to sustain his life force, because he feared even his own death. However, by creating these magical charms of darkness, Night Shroud tore apart his very being, growing increasingly insane. As such, he had declared this universe imperfect and tried to destroy all creation with one incredible blow. The Doomsday device in the Temple of Heatheria, Roxy remembered, as she had helped provide the equipment to storm Nitrod's former stronghold and disable his ultimate weapon. Iris nodded on this note and continued. The Onyx of Darkness was only one of his magical essences, she explained, and that muscle-bound humanoid was only one of his forms. What do you mean by only one of his forms? Murda asked uneasily. I mean that, by creating his 7 charms of Armageddon, Nightshroud has become omnifarious, Iris clarified. Omni what? Elise exclaimed. Omnifarious, Roxy repeated. It means to have many forms and abilities. Upon uttering that definition, she drew in a breath and realized, oh no. Oh dear. You're right, Roxy, Murda agreed. We are in for another big confrontation with Nightshroud. Okay, would someone fill me in on what's going on here? Shamira requested. Galatea began the explanation. If Nightshroud really is omnifarious, and he created 7 other magical artifacts besides the Onyx of Darkness, then that means, if we're not careful, we're gonna have 7 more headaches of darkness on our hands, Murda finished. Wait a minute, we? Elise exclaimed suddenly. No way! Forget it! You guys are the team! I barely graduated from college! I've got far better things to do with my time than save the world! We need all 5 of you to save us, Iris Luanne insisted. Right now, Luanne has relinquished her elemental powers of fire. Her time in the Fellowship of Light has diminished, and with the original team from Earth unavailable, we must rely on you. Why us? Elise asked again. I never asked to be a superhero. You would not have been called here if you did not have a certain quality that made the dragons think you were worthy, Iris told her. Please, Elise, we need you. As Elise backed away, Roxy placed a hand on her shoulder and smiled comfortingly. On that note, after another moment, Elise looked up at her friend and nodded her approval. I also accept the responsibility, Shamira agreed. As do I, Roxy added. Ditto, Murda and Galatea finished. Elise eyed the other 4 girls in the group and turned to Iris Luanne. What do we do first? She asked her. Look behind you and down at the altar, Iris told them. The group complied, while Iris moved Luanne's body to walk around until she stood on the other opposite side of the altar. Resting on the pedestal were 5 chrome bracelets of red, purple, green, yellow, and bronze. All 5 were highlighted by a large silver star that circumscribed a jewel of their respective color within it. These are the Dragon Star Power Bracelets, Iris explained. They're worn on your wrists. Roxy reached for the green bracelet, while Elise picked up the bronze bracelet. Murda took the red bracelet, Galatea yellow, and Shamira purple. With these bracelets, you will have access to incredible magic powers, as well as the power of otherworldly travel, Iris explained, as all of them undid the clasps on their bracelets and looped them around their wrists, locking them in place by resetting the clasp. By putting these bracelets on, you accept the responsibilities that come with this great power being offered to you, Iris finished. You have made a courageous choice, my friends. For now, the 5 of you are the next generation in the Fellowship of Light, the next level in the fight against evil, known as the Dragon Warriors. But Iris, you're just a spirit now, Galatea reminded her. We need someone to guide us in using our powers. She's right, Elise agreed. Who will teach us the value of our powers? I am possessing her as we speak, Iris explained. When Luanne wakes up, her mind will be infused with all the knowledge and information I have recently related to you. But why Luanne? Murda wondered. Who better to help the new Fellowship of Light grow as a team than a former Fellowship member, Iris Luanne said with a grin. On that note, Luanne's body suddenly began to glow, and a moment later, she blinked her eyes and shook her head to clear the cobwebs from her brain. What happened? Luanne asked, obviously disoriented. Did I just get possessed again? I'm afraid so, Roxy replied with a nod. Luanne, Chimera began, do you remember anything from before you were possessed up until now? You mean the story of the dragon warrior chosen once and how I'm to be your mentor? Luanne prompted, and then she nodded. I think she's up to speed, Elise remarked. Now we need to get out of here. The question is, how? I don't actually see the question is, how? Murda wondered. I think she's up to speed, Elise remarked. Now we need to get out of here. The question is, how? Murda wondered. I don't actually see a door or a portal in here. There's no way out. But then Chimera sucked in a breath as she reached into the bodice of her skirt and withdrew her dragon shadow cross, which was glowing with warmth before it shot a beam of light outward, creating a hole in reality. I think that's how we get out, Galatea quipped. On that note, the group of 6 ran toward the portal and leaped through it, one by one. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little excerpt reading. If you like what you've heard, what you've seen and heard me read, be sure to like, comment, and share this video. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Also, the link to the book that I have read will be in the description below the video. So be sure to follow the link and check out the book if you like it. I will be back with another excerpt reading as soon as possible. So stay tuned to my channel for more excerpt readings, and if you like what you see and hear, share my videos, and also be sure to spread the word about my book series. This is Soseztheleadr signing off. Peace out.